What kind of challenges does Vic Fangio's defense present?
Yeah, Vic's he's a legend in this sport, you know, or in football. And I've known Vic for a long time. Great football coach. He's extremely creative. Always gets those guys playing at a high level, and you know they're sound. There's not a lot of free plays. They're creative. I just said. And they got some good players, which always helps. So once again, we don't have to come in with our A game and play a good football game.
Jeremy, how difficult is it to plan for Matt?
You know, there's great defense ends every week, so we got to prepare every week. Obviously, he's one of the top ones, so you know our guys got to respond. We got to have some protections and some runs, you know, that are going to attack him and be creatively smart. You know, we always have to know where he is. He plays on the right, he plays on the left, so that's always the challenge.
How does losing Bilal, you know, affect what you guys do?
Yeah, first of all, what a great team player. You know, you can't speak enough about how he's respected in the locker room and in the building. So we're definitely don't miss him. We wish him the best in getting back as fast as possible.
How does losing him affect, you know, what you guys do on the ground and, you know, kind of the rep share back there?
Obviously, he's gotten half the reps, so half the production will be missing.
Jeremy, how difficult is it when you have guys like shuffling in and out? I know injuries are part of the game, but just as a schemer, how difficult is it?
You know, guys have been working. They've been getting reps all season, even the guys that were on the 53. But you know, it's part of the league. I don't think you can make that as an excuse. Guys got to step up. You know, Cannon stepped up last week and made a big play, and so it's part of the league, and it's an opportunity for guys to make their mark in the National Football League and continue to get better. Number one, he's a veteran. He really likes the game. He's been here studying his tail off, and he's got great size, got great length. He's been productive in the league, and he just understands the professionalism of the sport.
Do you say, and I think this obviously is from Southern California, he doesn't always see weather like this, and then what you might see in Chicago. Do you say anything to him about, you know, facing that type of stuff?
We don't talk about it. You know, I think last week he handled the conditions really well. It was windy, it was cold, and he didn't flinch. So, you know, it's just part of it. Obviously, everything's going to be new experiences for some kids or some players that are young, and I thought he handled it well. And you know, Chicago can be windy, rainy, and it's just both teams have to face the same circumstances.
When you look back at the second and third quarters and the expected lull that the offense had, what goes into a lull that's that long? How do you make sure that doesn't happen going forward?
Yeah, it starts with me. We got to, you know, find ways to, you know, get a spark, if you will. And it's all about staying in rhythm, and we lost our rhythm. And, you know, starts with me. We got to create something where we get into a flow of the game and find completions, find some runs, and build off that. I think everyone's come back to work being positive, understand that we can make those corrections both as coaches and players, and got new opportunities this week.
Sam talked on Monday about when he goes through his reads and makes decisions about where and when to throw. He wants to do that with more confidence. Maybe he has been lately. What does that kind of mean to you? How does that manifest itself?
I haven't read that article. I think he's playing with confidence, you know. He's just got to keep believing in himself with what you said. But I see a guy that's, man, playing his tail off. He's a competitor. He plays for 4 quarters, and he's not gun shy at all.
How do you gauge his development? Obviously, you're going to win games, you're going to lose games. But when you're almost halfway through the rookie season, how do you know if he's on track or ahead of track or whatever?
You know, I think that's kind of at the end of the season when we can sit back and you know, break down all 16 games. But we know he's coming to work every day. The game's not too big for him. He's studying. He's understanding defenses better every week, and you know, we're excited where he's going and where he's at.
No, we always focus on him, but with everything going on, new guys all the time, you know, it's a rookie quarterback, so he still has to get used to everything. How do you think that's affecting his development? How do you think he's adjusting?
Yeah, I think as a rookie quarterback it would be easier because you don't have the 4- and 5-year relationships with other guys. So, you know, it's just other players coming in here, and he has confidence in all the guys on the team, and he's gonna, if they're open, he's gonna drive it.
How much pressure is on you to dial up great first reads since you have a young quarterback?
I don't think so. I think you still have to, you brought the Vic Fangio up. He's not going to give you the first read every single time. So you got to have a good system. You got to have answers for every coverage, every blitz, every look. So it's understanding defenses and what they're giving you, and I think that's the biggest challenge for a young quarterback is understanding that, hey, we like this play. It's real good versus this coverage, but if they play something else, this is where we have to go to the ball. So you got to have answers for all coverages.
Jeremy, what did you learn in your season in Chicago?
It's a great city. It was. It's great fans. It's tradition. Great ownership. It's old school football, and they take it serious. It reminds me a little bit of the SEC, that kind of tradition, if you will. So, look forward to going back and playing in Chicago.
How much disruption does it cause when Spencer's snaps are off the mark?
Yeah.
In terms of timing, he's obviously
Yeah.
had a handful of those over the last couple of weeks.
Obviously, we can't have bad execution in that part of the game. That's where every play starts is the QB center exchange, and we have to fix it. We're working on it right now, but it has to be fixed. We can't continue on that path.
How do you fix it?
I'm not going to go into details, but it's definitely in our conversation. We understand that it's happening. It's happening in a couple of weeks. And we don't get it solved.
On the exchange between Sam and Isaiah where it was the fumble.
Yeah.
What went wrong there, obviously, besides the ball being fumbled away? What technically maybe you did to it?
Yeah, it was a high snap, and like Rich just talked about, it was a little high snap, and if the execution from QB center exchange isn't perfect, then sometimes you gotta eat it, and just follow the running back, if you will. You can't force something when you can't make a bad play worse. And I think he was just being competitive and tried getting it in there, and he was already past Sam. So sometimes with the bad snap, you just gotta doesn't look good, but you don't want to make a bad play worse, and you gotta follow the running back in the hole and get as much as you can and get down and be safe.
You guys obviously prepare all week for what you expect in the game, but there's always going to be times when you get stuff that you don't expect on
Correct.
Sunday. I'm sure that's come up a number of times.
Yep.
How is Sam's ability to adjust on the fly when stuff starts popping up that you guys didn't?
Really good. He's really sharp. Obviously, just by coming in and owning our playbook as fast as he did, it just shows you how fast he's able to retain new information. So we have the little tablets that show what they're doing, and we talk about it, and he's able to adjust extremely fast. He's really smart, and he plays quick on his feet.
You mentioned Ken having a big play last week. Where have you seen him throw the most, and what kind of role might he play?
I think he feels like he belongs in the league now. I think that's a big step for a lot of guys, especially when you're coming from a smaller school. Sometimes it takes one game, sometimes it takes a season, and I was really excited to see him go in there and feel like he belonged in the National Football League. And once you make that mark for yourself, man, the sky's the limit when you feel like you can belong. You're in the National Football League for a reason. You got to believe in it, and I think he showed that he believed.
Jeremy, on Sam's first pick, the one that Harrison Smith, I think, picked off, was that something you got fooled on, or is that trying to?
Yeah, we'd like to have that back. We'd like to have the play called back, and we'd like to have the throw back. So, wasn't a good scheme, wasn't a good throw.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
today.
Questions? So overall, the defense was good on third down for the most part on Sunday, but what was your overall impressions of how you guys did?
You know what? I thought they played hard. I thought we made some plays, and I thought we were really good on third down. But we can't give up 37 points and be happy about the performance.
What do you think your secondary played with replacing guys?
You know what? I really thought those guys stepped up. It's a few we'd like to have back. It's like every week, but I really thought those guys played really well. Really did.
What challenges did the Bears face? The quarterback obviously runs a lot too, so what challenge?
That's you just hit the what I'm saying, nail right on the head from the standpoint that's something we really got to work hard on. Not only is he making the right throws and he has some weapons at his disposal, but when things are breaking down, he's keeping the chains moving, running.
How do you go about slowing down Tariq Cohen?
You know, this guy is a talented player, and they use him in a lot of different situations. So we just got to be smart with matchups and everything like that, and we always got to know where he is.
Is he similar to anybody you guys have faced recently?
I don't know. He's very, very unique because of his skill set coming out of the backfield, wherever they might line him up. He's a talented player.
On those two Latavius Murray touchdowns, one the long one the shorter one, there seem to be issues up the middle. What needs to be fixed there?
Really just clean up a little run fit and get off blocks a little better. They blocked us a little bit, and we didn't play it very well on those plays.
Was everything back to normal for you last week? Were you calling plays and everything?
With everything last week, I know Coach had already addressed that, and we'll just leave it at that. We lost, so it really doesn't matter.
What about this week?
This week going into, we'll make a decision after Friday.
How are you feeling this week?
Actually, I feel pretty good. Thanks for asking. Also, I forgot to thank you guys. I know when I was out the week before, whatever, I know you guys had have a job to do, but respected my privacy and everything, and I really appreciated that.
In terms of Harry at slot corner, what has that adjustment been like for him? Because obviously he didn't play the position in college, so how challenging has that been? What have some of the challenges been for him learning the position?
Really, when we drafted Perry, we liked his skill set. We really saw him as a slot corner with his skill set, and really each week he got better and better. And if I'm not mistaken, that's when I walked into the meeting, I commended him because I thought you can see him getting better and better each week, and that's what we want all our guys to do.
What is Abraham Campbell like as a safety, and how quickly can you get him in the mix?
Well, we're going to have to see. We just had him for a couple of days now, and we're just kind of curious to see what he can do. So right now, it'd be a little premature to answer that question.
But in terms of his scouting report, based on the
well, just watching him move around and the versatility, we think he might be able to play strong and free. So just kind of that kind of athleticism.
What kind of challenges, Casey, does Trey Burton present after he had a pretty good game last week?
Well, so there's another guy very similar to Cohen. They're moving him all over the place. He's in the backfield. If I'm not mistaken, he ran a wildcat play down in the red zone. He's a utility guy. He catches the ball well, and he's another guy that could be a matchup problem.
Are they using him similar to what Nagy did with Kelsey?
No, I would say it's different, but he's all over the place, and he's a very vital part of their offense. He really makes them go. He's a good football player.
Good.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
It's $20.
It's only $20.
$20? Yeah.
I spent $20 on that.
starting questions.
With Spencer, is it the more the knee or the finger?
It's both right now.
Anybody out for Sunday at this point?
I would say Quincy will be out.
Foster in the protocol still?
Yes.
Robbie has a sprained ankle?
Yes.
Did that happen on the play of the end zone?
I'm not sure which play it happened on. Honestly, I saw him get tangled up a couple times, but he finished the game, and it kind of got bad from there.
It's not the high ankle, right? Is it?
It's kind of in between, you know. They didn't say high, but they didn't say it was low. But I'm just telling you the answer I got. I'm not trying to be.
Your medium ankle?
I will tell you, yesterday when I talked about Bilal, he does have the same thing Quincy has, and he will get surgery, and he is expected to recover fully next year.
What changed? This more diagnostic test between yesterday and today? Is that why?
It was just a misunderstanding of things, but he does have the same thing, and he will expect to be recovered fully.
Harrison would be your guy at center, right? If you can.
Harrison and Dozier.
Feeling better about Marcus? Is he doing anything?
Not yet. He's running around, but contact in the hand, we'll see.
How's the pain been?
So far, okay.
Are you going to know, Todd, until you actually hit somebody?
I have my way of testing and finding out. I mean, right now he's just limited, and as the week gets going, and I'll see where he is, and he's pretty honest with me.
That sounds ominous, like you're going to hit him.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna hit him. He would probably knock me out.
You play the position, how tough would that be? I mean, chance you have to catch the ball, tackle, grab.
It's pain tolerance. I mean, obviously, we'll see. He just got his hand done. We'll see.
Can a guy be effective with one-handed playing safety?
If he plays, I expect him to be effective.
Do you have a club? Do they allow that these days?
Not sure yet. We haven't gotten that far.
But do you know if they allow that?
Soft cast type of deals with padding they allow.
Todd, with a safety that just arrived like Campbell, what can a guy do at that position with just a few days of practice?
We try to get him caught up on special teams first and foremost, and then you try to make sure there are things that he can do, not give him the full gamut, like post-high type of things and cover two type of things that doesn't require much thinking, so he can go out there and feel comfortable.
There's only a few plays we've seen Harrison at center on Sunday. How do you feel looking at him?
I felt okay. I mean, I've been watching him for 2 years now, so between him and Dozier, they've played the position before.
How risky would it be to go to a game with just two running backs?
It's been done before, but it's always risky when you go to a game with two. Fortunately, we got to see how the numbers stack up at the end of the week with who's healthy at other positions and seeing whether we need another guy or not. But it'll be a little risky.
Todd, how challenging is it to stop a play or slow down a player like Tariq Cohen?
Oh, it's challenging because he's a running back. You know, he's a returner. He's a wide receiver. They use him in so many different ways, and it's not just him, it's the people around him, so you can't really just focus on him or they're going to burn you a lot of different ways. So he brings a lot to the table. He's one of the premier guys in this league, and, you know, he's right now, he's one of the best players in the league.
Does he remind you of anyone you've faced in recent years?
It's a little bit of Tyreek Hill in him, but he's a different guy. He's got a little bit of Sproles in him. He does a lot of different things, so he's kind of his own guy because he's a returner as well, so he does a lot of different things for him.
Do you think Mr. Trubisky, does he look less comfortable if you can keep him in the pocket like a traditional passer as opposed to doing some of those outside of the pocket things that he does well?
No, I think people tried that, and he's burned them from the pocket just as well as out of the pocket. So he's a good quarterback. I mean, he's coming to his own this year, like you would expect in the second-year quarterback, and he's playing well.
What do you see Todd out of Trey Burton?
He does a little bit of everything for him. Obviously, you remember him from the Super Bowl throwing the ball, but he sticks his face in there and blocks. He spreads out like a wideout. He lines up at fullback. He does a lot of different things for him. He's another one of those weapons that goes along with Cohen that you can make sure that they do different things and move those guys around a lot. But he's a good hand to have, and he's a heck of an athlete.
Casey said that they don't necessarily, Matt doesn't necessarily use him the same way that he used Kelsey. Is that fair to say? Kelsey's used different.
I think they're different type of players. He's a little bit more athletic, both still dangerous. He lines up out wide and flexes out like a wide out just like Kelsey does, and he's in tight, but they have a different type of system that they run, but he's still effective.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.